He's now across 3,000 yards for the season.
It's the Dolphins and the Patriots coming up next.
Well, the radar says the heavy stuff still a few hours away, but snow is falling as we near kickoff at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. I'm Brandon Gordon. He's Charles Davis. Full disclosure, we both have mittens. We both have coats on up here in the booth. This one, it's going to be interesting.
I've got the long johns, the socks, the boots, you name it. You know me in cold weather, we don't get along all that well. But these games are always interesting because you never know how it's going to play out. One slip, someone's going for 80 yards, and you could lose a game.
Three-quarters of the NFL's complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Throwing to start here is Tua. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And got his man complete. Down the left sideline. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle. They'll run. This is Jordan Mason. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
The tight end in motion right. From the shotgun, it's May. Hunter Henry brings it in. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. Here's 3rd and a few inches. Toss play to Mason. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Matt Araiza now. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And it's taken in at the 9. A solid 12-yard return after the 55-yard punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he's in the midst of a very solid... Currently second in the NFL in passing yards. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Looking to pass. Tua. Quick hitter here. It's complete. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 4 catches, 76 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Here's Tua. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now Achane on 1st and 10. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down. The Dolphins at 10-2 on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 31-yard line.
of the gun. Here's a give to Achane.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Achane.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Another 6-yard carry, same as last play. First down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
A give, running right, Achane.
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. They'll run for it with Achane.
And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown.
Devon Achane.
A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Dolphins are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. To the air, May. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Running right, here's Achane. To the 27-yard line. These two teams met down in Miami earlier this year with the Dolphins winning that one. So they're trying to win here in Foxborough to capture the season series.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Rolling to his left.
Got his man, it's Warren. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. Achane gets it from the gun.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown.
Devon Achane.
With career touchdown number 91, he joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others.
And the Dolphins have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
What took you so long? Yeah, that's what I like to hear.
It took you so long.
Good call.
Good call.
Cheaters!
That's totally a penalty. Took you so long.
Ah! You got caught!
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Now for the point after. And it is now 21-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was W14 who finished things off with a touch. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Patriot offense heading back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
Here's May. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense and running back W14 making their way back out. We show you the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns. And you can see where he's right up there amongst the league's best at finding the end zone. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That one complete to Ligon.
And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Corey Bojorquez to punt this thing away.
Back deep for New England is Marcus Jones.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It's taken to the 26. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Patriots take over. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
They'll throw with May. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. On play action, May.
35. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Looking to throw. May. He finds Douglas complete. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. To throw, it's May. Short pass caught by Henry. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. Out is Carlson now for the Raider field goal. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. Carlson able to put this one through. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. Now that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and Tua Tagovailoa headed back out onto the field. And he's had things all his way in this. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now Tua. To the right side and intercepted. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into... The Patriot defense has a touchdown. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And it makes the score 21-10. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Dolphins offense and receiver Jalen Waddle getting set for this next possession. And seemingly every time they've looked his way, it has resulted in a big play as borne out by the numbers. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone, because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room. They gave it a shot with a deep pass, but it wasn't going to work there. And now there's less time for them to try and get 3 before the half. Let's see what they dial up on this next snap.
This time they stay on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? On 4th down on is Corey Bajorquez to punt. Here's Jones. And he'll take a shot. That one, and they'll begin right there. 13 seconds, the time remaining in the half as they come up on 1st down. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll begin up in Orchard Park. Denver heading east to take on Buffalo. And it's the Broncos who are out in front. The Broncos trying to finish that one off and claim victory. From there, we'll head down to Charlotte to check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Saints in that one. The Saints locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. As you can see, the score there in the 2nd quarter. Mac Jones with a couple of touchdown passes. It was Devon Achane who's had the strong first half. He found the end zone twice, once on the ground and once in the passing game, as he proved he's anything but a one-dimensional running back. The big story thus far has really been the snow. It's made footing treacherous. And if the forecast holds, it's only going to get worse. But I can tell you as a fan, these are the games you love to watch.
Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the 3rd quarter. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the 3rd quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives, try and slow things down a little bit.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
Throwing here is May. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Off the play fake. Here's May.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. And now that brings up fourth down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to kick it away.
The visitors' offense and their big play wideout getting ready to get back to work. And he's right up there amongst the league's best when it comes to racking up receiving yards this season. Currently ranked in the top 5 as things stand here.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Tua sets up to pass it. Over the middle, complete. That's Warren. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings... Tua going to throw.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defense. That time, but it's going to lead to third down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
They'll try and start. In the air.
Got it to Bell on the out route.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Straight ahead, here's Mason.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Here's 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, May with it. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 42-yard line. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's got Mason complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. They'll send a tight end in motion right.
From the gun, it's May. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down.
They'll look to throw here. A dump off for Mason. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Back to throw again. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. The kick by Carlson is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game.
So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance, so that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds at midfield. So a solid return to the 50.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
After return to midfield, I just wish we could open up the heads of the offensive and defensive coordinators, because right now the wheels have to be spinning because things just changed. Offensive playbook just opens up, and now on defense, do you play aggressively?
He's got it at the 15, and he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. No hesitation in this situation. Down a couple scores late in the game. This offense is staying out there on 4th. The tight end Henry here in motion. And it's incomplete. They cannot. And they turn it over. Looking to pass. Tua.
Throw caught by Achane.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play action, now it's Tua.
That one complete till again.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
Up the middle, Achane.
A nice little juke. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
56 yards rushing for him now to this point.
An ideal spot here to get a 1st down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard.
Achane here, they stay on the ground.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
They'll run, Achane.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown.
Devon Achane
with touch.
To the air, May. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. He may go.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead. And it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an...
A field goal does them no good here as we drop you into this situation. Offense staying out there, and they are going on 4th down. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Dolphins are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner, and with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the...
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Miami, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for New England, it's unfortunate.